The Solomon Project. That's right. The Solomon Project. It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. That counts. I'm your host, Richard Burns, and I want to apologize to Earl. Killer Earl. I brought Earl over here, and I brought him in with his family, but it was him that stepped forward. Earl stepped forward to represent, to absolutely destroy excuses. But for some reason, even after Killer Earl came through, there were still people trying their best to come up with excuses. Still. Okay? Earl, I apologize to you for having you represent by yourself with your family. My apologies. So I brought backup. Now, I'm going to present Ronald Reed to you guys, and I don't want you guys to get intimidated by his picture, okay? Please, that's not the intention. I'm not trying to intimidate anybody into adopting this idea of, well, the idea of putting some money aside and investing it in the stock market. I'm not trying to intimidate you, so please don't be intimidated. This is Mr. Reed. Mr. Reed is here to back up Killer Earl. Yeah. Don't get nervous. You still got excuses? It's all good. Your excuses are all good. Mr. Ronald James Reed was born in October of 1921. He grew up in Dummerston, Vermont, in an impoverished farming household. Oh, so he wasn't born rich? Listen, man. You and Earl, Mr. Reed, were not born rich. You know where I'm going with this, right? I'm pretty sure you do. But this is backup. Backup for Earl. He walked or hitchhiked to school 4 miles while he was in high school. Walked or hitchhiked to school 4 miles every day. Right? That's what you do, right? You work, when you go to work, or go to school, you walk about 4 or 5 miles, right? Because you don't have it like that. Yeah, there was no public transportation where Mr. Reed was at. Oh. He was the first of his family to graduate high school. Wow. So he comes from a family of wealth and scholastic achievements. Yeah. Okay. I thought. No. I'm sorry. I thought I heard an excuse, but no. He enlisted in the United States Army during World War II, serving in Italy. Okay. Got an honorable discharge in 1945. Okay. That's why he looks so intimidating, huh? Yeah, he's a war veteran. And he returned to Brattleboro, Vermont, and worked as a gas station attendant and mechanic for 25 years. Wow. High paying job, huh? Just like Earl. These guys with their high paying jobs. What? Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't think so. Oh, and after he retired for 1 year, one whole year, he retired for one whole year. Pretty amazing. He took a part-time job at J.C. Penney and worked there for 17 years as a janitor. As a janitor. So this guy was rolling in dough, huh? Mr. Reed was filthy rich, huh? With the money he was making at his workplaces. Okay. Mr. Reed. Mr. Reed. All right, let's go. Let's check this out here. Oh, he was born to George and Florence Ray Reed into an indigent family that managed the farm. Whoa, big bucks. Huh? Yeah. Well, if he were around now with these type of with this type of qualification, he could probably buy one of the shoelaces for an Air Jordan. Not the Air Jordans, just one shoelace. Wow, this guy is loaded. Yeah. And he was raised in an extremely tiny house. Okay. Let me keep finding some more stuff here about Mr. Reed. Mr. Reed. Mr. Reed. Oh, okay. So he met his wife. He met his wife at the gas station that he was working at. And she already had children. Ooh, Kevin Samuels ain't gonna like that. He sure did. He married in 1960 and then bought a house for his family. 2 teenage kids. The manosphere won't like that. The red pill community? Yeah, they ain't gonna. Yeah, Ronald, forget it. You're not getting in with them. He purchased a house in Brattleboro, Vermont for $12,000 back in 1960. This guy went on to finance his stepchildren's college education. Family, God, family, business. His wife died in 1970 of cancer. Okay, so he was married with her for 10 years. She passed away in 1970 and never remarried again. Never remarried again. He had hobbies like wood chopping. That's pretty exciting, right? That's like something they do in Hollywood, right? Wood chopping. Yeah. Stamp collecting, coin collecting. He frequently drove his car to his family's homestead and stored firewood that he chopped. He looked for tree branches on the ground to use for a wood-burning stove at his house. Wow, this guy, he's got a risky lifestyle, huh? Yeah, man. Was he brainwashed by marketing and propaganda? This guy, Mr. Reed, man, Mr. Reed is high speed. Oof. Looking for branches on the ground for his wood stove. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a wild dude right there, man. That's the kind of guy probably wouldn't want your kids hanging out with. Sounds like a bad influence. Wow, yeah. Reed frequently patronized the Brattleboro Memorial Hospital coffee shop. Okay, yeah, the Brattleboro Memorial Hospital's coffee shop to drink 1 cup of coffee and eat a breakfast of an English muffin with peanut butter. Yeah, this guy's a bad influence for sure, man. An English muffin with peanut butter? Yeah. After the coffee shuttered, like that means it closed down, right? Shuttered. That's what they do in Vermont. They shutter. Okay? They don't just close down, they shutter. They shuttered the whole joint down. Yeah. He began to eat breakfast at Friendly's. Whoa. So he went from the hospital coffee shop to Friendly's. Moving up in the world. Yeah. Now Reed is showing off. Yeah. He met the hospital development director who suggested he check out the library and helped him secure his first library card in 2007. Got his first library card in 2007. This guy's a maniac. How'd he stay out of prison? I don't know. He regularly visited the library to return a pile of books and check out another pile. Risky lifestyle this guy has. Whew. Let me see if I'm going to skip some of this stuff. Because this is the juicy stuff. We're getting into some juicy details. Whenever he visited his attorney, he parked in the further parking spaces that did not have a parking meter. My goodness. I thought he was a baller. Eating breakfast at Friendly's, eating breakfast at the hospital cafeteria. I thought he was a baller. But no, this guy would park a long distance away so he wouldn't have to pay a parking meter. Okay. I'm reading on because this dude, Mr. Reed, I got Killa Earl some good backup here. Look at this. Okay, before I hit that, where is that one thing? This was pretty crazy. This detail I stumbled upon. If I can find it. If I could find it, that would be good. Well, this is a little something that I know about him from other articles that I read about him. This guy was chopping wood into his 90s. He used to wear a flannel shirt and close it with safety pins because he didn't have buttons anymore. His neighbor knitted him a hat out of concern that he didn't have money to buy something to keep himself warm with. There were people at the hospital where he worked part-time as a janitor that would buy him food. They were worried that he wasn't able to buy his own food. He had a Toyota Yaris. I don't even know what that car looks. I don't know what that car looks like. A Toyota Yaris. That's what he was pushing. I wonder if he had some rims, some spinners on that bad boy. Toyota Yaris. And he bought it used. Yeah. He bought it used. He bought it used. All right. Enough of that. Let's get down to the nitty gritty, because this right here, crazy. Where is it at? Help me find it over here, guys. Help me find it, because this... Okay. Oh! His neighbors, family, and friends did not know the scale of the money he had amassed. Reed used a safety pin on his fraying, it was falling apart, fraying khaki denim jacket so he could continue wearing it. And put on a shabby flannel shirt. There it is. I got it a little mixed up, but it's all good. Reed was a regular at Friendly's, we already know that, where one time a patron paid for his meal because the patron thought Reed could not afford the meal. He owned a used 2007 Toyota Yaris, which Reed's lawyer said despite his being a what? A millionaire? Whenever he visited, he parked in the further parking spot so he didn't have to pay the meter. Well, I gave it up there. His estate was nearly $8 million. Much of which was in shares of stock. He bequeathed $2 million. You like that word, bequeathed? He passed on $2 million to his stepchildren, caregivers, and friends. He donated $4.8 million to Brattleboro Memorial Hospital, where he was chilling part-time, and $1.2 million to Brooks Memorial Library, which at the time had a $600,000 budget and a $600,000 endowment, and was affected by the local budget squeeze like other libraries in the state. Both bequests were the largest donations the institution had received. Reed also gave a historic phonograph and a collection of drums to the Drummerston Historical Society. The news of his donation was reported in numerous newspapers and magazines. Wow! Let me read this little part right here because this is kind of nice. Reed died in 2014. Rest in peace. He received media coverage in numerous newspapers and magazines after bequeathing. There we go again. You like that word? Bequeathing? Can he use another word? I don't know about that word. 1.2 million to Brooks Memorial. We went down there. Reed amassed a fortune of almost 8 million by investing in. No, come on. Are you serious? Reed amassed a fortune of almost 8 million by investing in dividend producing stocks? What is Richard Burns doing over here at the Solomon Project? Showing you portfolios like AJ's, like CJ's, like JB's, all dividend producing stocks. Cut it out. Oh, avoiding the stocks of companies he did not understand, such as technology companies. $8 million. Gas station attendant, and then janitor. Didn't you just hear what I said? You didn't just hear this guy's story? No, because I thought you were about to come up with an excuse, buddy. Listen, not here. You got to go to another channel with that. Crazy? You didn't just hear this guy's story? You don't know about Killa Earl? No. Keep it moving. Sorry about that. Seriously? After Killa Earl? And now Ronald Reed? No. I think we're gonna perform a funeral service for excuses. What do you think about that? I think we're gonna do that. Yo, Kitty, you got any excuses? What? Oh, okay. No, don't drive off. Don't get mad at me.
Arabam Dacia, seviyorum çift kalem aça. Göremedi kimseden fayda. İşler